The arrival. The night sky over New Mexico blazed with an intensity that defied natural explanation. Dr. Marcus Reeves adjusted his telescope at the Very Large Array, convinced his equipment had malfunctioned. The readings showed an object moving at impossible speeds, decelerating as it approached Earth's orbit. "Control, this is Station 7. I'm picking up something unusual." Marcus spoke into his headset, his voice betraying both excitement and concern. Within hours, observatories worldwide confirmed the impossible. An artificial object of extraordinary size had entered the solar system and was slowing down. The craft, measuring nearly 2 kilometers in length, settled into a stable orbit above the Pacific Ocean. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency session. World leaders watched in stunned silence as the alien vessel broadcast its first message across all global communication channels. "People of Earth," the transmission began in perfect English, simultaneously translating into every major language. "We are the Ketheri. We returned to your world after 30 millennia to recover what was lost." The message continued, explaining that their ancestors had established a research outpost on Earth during humanity's early development. A catastrophic solar event had severed communications, leaving their team stranded. Now, after rebuilding their civilization, they had returned to retrieve their technology and any surviving records. Dr. Sarah Chen, appointed as Earth's chief xenolinguist, led the first communication team. The holographic image of Ambassador Thrain, the Ketheri representative, appeared before the assembled human delegation in a specially constructed facility in international waters. "Your species has progressed remarkably," Thrain observed, his elongated features expressing what might have been surprise. "Our records indicate you were primitive hunter-gatherers when we last observed you." General Alexandra Morrison, representing Earth's unified military command, stepped forward. "That was 30,000 years ago, Ambassador. Humanity has evolved." The Ketheri revealed that their outpost had been located in what is now Antarctica, buried beneath kilometers of ice. More startling was their claim that remnants of their technology had been scattered across the globe, possibly influencing human technological development. As the meeting progressed, human scientists made a shocking discovery. Many of Earth's recent technological breakthroughs showed patterns eerily similar to Ketheri designs. The quantum computing revolution, breakthrough medical nanotechnology, and even certain aspects of artificial intelligence bore unmistakable similarities to alien concepts. "Are you suggesting," Dr. Chen asked carefully, "that our technological achievements aren't entirely our own?" "Not at all," Thrain replied. "You developed these technologies independently. However, exposure to our artifacts may have accelerated your natural progression." The revelation sent shockwaves through human society. Religious leaders debated the theological implications. Scientists scrambled to understand how alien influence might have shaped human development. Governments worried about the security implications of alien technology embedded in critical infrastructure. Meanwhile, the Ketheri began scanning Earth with advanced sensors, mapping the locations of their lost technology. To their surprise, they found traces of their quantum signatures not just in ancient artifacts, but integrated into modern human systems. "This is unprecedented," Science Officer Viller reported to Ambassador Thrain. "Their adaptation of our technology exceeds projections by several orders of magnitude. They've not only reverse-engineered our systems, but improved upon them in ways we hadn't considered." The first month of contact established a cautious cooperation. Humanity agreed to assist in locating the lost outpost, while the Ketheri promised to share knowledge about their civilization. Yet beneath the diplomatic courtesies, both sides harbored concerns. For humanity, the question was whether they could trust these visitors who had inadvertently shaped their development. For the Ketheri, the concern was more profound. Had they underestimated what humans had become? As preparations began for the Antarctic expedition, Marcus Reeves found himself assigned to the Joint Scientific Team. Standing on the deck of the research vessel heading south, He couldn't shake the feeling that humanity was about to discover something that would change everything they thought they knew about their own history. The alien ship maintained its orbit, a constant reminder that Earth's isolation in the cosmos had ended. But as the expedition sailed toward the frozen continent, no one could have predicted what they would find buried in the ice, or how it would challenge everything both species believed about their past and future. The search. The Antarctic wind howled across the desolate ice shelf as the joint human-Cathari expedition established their base camp. Advanced thermal imaging had pinpointed the exact location of the ancient outpost, buried beneath 3 kilometers of ice accumulated over 30 millennia. Dr. Elena Kovac, the expedition's lead archaeologist, supervised the deployment of hybrid drilling technology. The Cathari had provided energy weapons that could vaporize ice without damaging whatever lay beneath, while human engineers had modified the systems for precision control. Beginning primary excavation, Elena announced, activating the massive apparatus. A column of superheated energy pierced the ice, creating a perfectly smooth shaft descending into the depths. Ambassador Thrain observed alongside General Morrison, his alien features unreadable. "Your species' adaptability continues to impress," he commented. "You've modified our technology within days of receiving it." "We're quick learners," Morrison replied, not bothering to hide her pride. As the excavation progressed, the team uncovered something unexpected. The outpost wasn't just a research station. It was a fully equipped colony designed for long-term habitation. The main structure, a dome of self-repairing metal, had survived intact despite the crushing weight of ice above it. Inside, they found a perfectly preserved time capsule of Cathari technology. Holographic displays flickered to life as the team entered, responding to the biosignatures of the returning Cathari. But it was the discovery in the central chamber that stunned everyone. 3 stasis pods stood against the wall, their occupants visible through frosted transparent surfaces. The Cathari crew had survived far longer than anyone had anticipated, nearly 1,000 years after losing contact with their homeworld. Science Officer Villar approached the pods reverently. "They implemented extended survival protocols," he explained. "But eventually, power systems failed." The expedition team discovered detailed logs left by the stranded Cathari. The final entries, recorded by Commander Lissar, revealed a decision that would have profound implications. "If you are reading this, our people have returned," the holographic message began. "I have chosen to violate our non-interference directive. The indigenous species of this world, these humans, possess extraordinary potential. Their cognitive architecture is unique, capable of intuitive leaps and creative problem-solving unlike anything in our databases." The recording showed Lissar distributing Cathari technology across the globe, encoding basic scientific principles into artifacts that would become accessible as human understanding evolved. "I do not know what they will become," Lissar's message concluded, "but I believe they deserve the chance to reach their full potential faster than natural evolution would allow." The revelation created immediate tension. Security Commander Krelix, who had joined the expedition, was visibly disturbed. "This explains the anomalies in your development. Your species wasn't ready for such knowledge." Dr. Chen stepped forward. "And yet here we are. We didn't just copy your technology. We understood it, improved it, made it our own." As the team continued exploring, they uncovered vast databases of Cathari knowledge. But more surprisingly, they found evidence that the stranded crew had been studying humans intensively, documenting early human innovations and problem-solving approaches. "They were learning from us," Marcus realized, studying the ancient records. "Even as they shared their technology, they were fascinated by how we think." The expedition's quantum physicist, Dr. Yuki Tanaka, made another startling discovery. The outpost's central computer contained algorithms that seemed to predict human technological development with remarkable accuracy, except humanity had exceeded even the most optimistic projections. "According to these models," Yuki explained, "we shouldn't have achieved quantum computing for another 10,000 years. Yet we did it in decades." As night fell over the Antarctic base, Strange energy readings began emanating from the outpost. Ancient systems, dormant for millennia, were awakening in response to the Cathari presence. But something was wrong. The activation sequence was triggering responses in human technology worldwide. Satellites detected energy spikes in locations corresponding to ancient Cathari artifact sites. Power grids fluctuated, communication networks experienced unexplained disruptions, and quantum computers began processing data without human input. The systems are attempting to reconnect, Vela reported urgently. The quantum entanglement is destabilizing. Elena grabbed his arm. In English, please. What's happening? Every piece of our technology on your planet is trying to link with the central system here. The energy surge could cause a cascade failure in your infrastructure. General Morrison immediately opened a channel to Earth's defense networks. This is Morrison. We have a situation. Initiate Protocol Prometheus. The Cathari watched in amazement as humanity's response unfolded. Within minutes, a sophisticated network of quantum computers, AI systems, and energy grids worked in concert to contain and redirect the alien signals. Technologies that the Cathari hadn't even detected revealed themselves, demonstrating capabilities that rivaled their own. Impossible, Krelix muttered. They've created a planetary defense system using principles we've only theorized about. As the crisis intensified, both species faced a critical decision. The Cathari could shut down their systems, abandoning their technology but saving Earth's infrastructure, or humanity could attempt something unprecedented, a full integration of both technological paradigms. We can do this, Marcus declared, his fingers flying over a hybrid control interface. Not just contain it, but merge our systems, create something neither of us could achieve alone. The next few hours would determine not just the fate of the expedition, but the future relationship between two civilizations that had been unknowingly linked for 30,000 years. The revelation. The Antarctic night erupted with cascading waves of energy as human and Cathari technology began to synchronize. Inside the ancient outpost, Dr. Marcus Reeves coordinated with teams across the globe, attempting to merge two technological paradigms separated by 30 millennia of development. Quantum resonance approaching critical threshold, Dr. Tanaka reported, sweat beading on her forehead despite the frigid air. If we can't stabilize this in the next 10 minutes, we'll lose infrastructure across 3 continents. Ambassador Thrain watched the humans work with growing astonishment. Their neural networks, artificial intelligence systems, and quantum processors formed an intricate web that adapted to Cathari protocols faster than his own specialists could analyze them. Your quantum architecture, Science Officer Villar observed, it's not just parallel processing. You've created something that learns and evolves in real time. General Morrison coordinated global military resources with practiced efficiency. All orbital platforms are now synchronized. We're ready to implement the Henderson Protocol on your signal, Dr. Reeves. The Henderson Protocol, named after the physicist who had theorized it just 3 years earlier, represented humanity's most ambitious technological achievement, a planetary-scale quantum computing network that could reshape reality at the subatomic level. This is impossible, Security Commander Krelix protested. No species developed such technology within a single generation of achieving spaceflight. Dr. Chen smiled grimly. You seeded us with knowledge, Commander, but you underestimated what we'd do with it. As the systems merged, something unprecedented occurred. The combined network began solving problems neither species had programmed, optimizing itself in ways that defied conventional physics. Ancient Cathari algorithms merged with human quantum mechanics to create entirely new paradigms of computation. Through the holographic displays, they watched as the hybrid system stabilized global infrastructure, then went further. It began healing environmental damage, optimizing resource distribution, and even suggesting solutions to problems humanity hadn't yet recognized. It's beautiful, Elena whispered, watching data streams flow like luminous rivers across the displays. We're not just combining technologies. we're creating something entirely new. The crisis reached its peak when the outpost's central core fully activated. For a moment, the fate of both civilizations hung in balance. Then, with a surge of synchronized energy, the systems achieved perfect harmony. In that instant, humanity gained access to the complete Cathari database, while the aliens received 30,000 years of human innovation and creativity compressed into comprehensible data streams. Both species stood in silence, absorbing the magnitude of what they had accomplished. Ambassador Thrain turned to the human delegation, his expression one of profound respect. "We came to retrieve our technology. Instead, we find ourselves students of your remarkable adaptation. The question now is, what happens next?" General Morrison stepped forward. "That depends on your intentions, Ambassador. We've proven we can work together, but Earth is our home. We won't be subordinate to anyone." The Cathari delegation conferred quietly before Thrain responded. "We propose a partnership, not as superior and inferior, but as equals. Your species has demonstrated capabilities that could benefit the entire galactic community." Over the next several days, negotiations established a framework for cooperation. Humanity would retain full sovereignty while gaining access to the broader galactic civilization. The Cathari, in turn, would learn from human innovation and adaptability. Dr. Reeves found himself appointed to the first Human-Cathari Joint Research Initiative. Standing in the newly established orbital laboratory, he marveled at how far they had come in such a short time. "You know what's funny?" he said to Veller, who had become both colleague and friend. "Your ancestors came here to study primitive humans. Now we're working together as equals." Veller's expression shifted, and what Marcus had learned was the Cathari equivalent of a smile. Perhaps that was Commander Lysar's true intention all along. Not just to accelerate your development, but to ensure that when we met again, it would be as partners rather than as observer and subject. On Earth, society transformed rapidly but thoughtfully. The hybrid technology revolutionized medicine, energy production, and space travel. Humanity took its first steps into the galactic community not as newcomers, but as innovators who brought fresh perspectives to ancient problems. The Cathari ship remained in orbit, no longer a symbol of alien visitation, but a friendship between species. Its presence reminded humanity of how far they had come and how much further they could go. In classrooms around the world, children learned a new history, one where humanity's greatest achievements came not from isolation, but from the fusion of alien knowledge with human creativity. They learned that sometimes the greatest gifts come from unexpected sources, and that true progress happens when different perspectives combine to create something greater than either could achieve alone. As Earth's first interstellar vessels prepared for launch, Ambassador Thrain and General Morrison stood together on the observation deck of the orbital station. "Your species continues to surprise us," Thrain admitted. "We expected to find remnants of our past. Instead, we discovered partners for our future." Morrison nodded, watching the blue planet turn slowly beneath them. "Maybe that's the real lesson here. The universe is full of surprises, and sometimes the students become the teachers." The stars beckoned, no longer distant and unreachable, but full of possibility. Humanity had earned its place among them, not through conquest or submission, but through the uniquely human combination of adaptability, creativity, and indomitable spirit. As the first human Cathari expedition set course for distant stars, both species knew they were embarking on a journey that neither could have imagined alone. The universe had become a little smaller and infinitely more interesting. The ancient Cathari had planted seeds of knowledge on Earth 30,000 years ago. Now, those seeds had grown into something magnificent, a partnership that would reshape the galaxy itself.